Whoa, hello everyone. Good to see you. Before you click off, before you go, you can't leave yet. You're not allowed to leave. Before you go, because, I know some people have, short attention spans. Jingle, 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 jingle. I actually wanted to know, what is your favorite type of my video? Before I get into the actual thing that I'm talking about today, I'm going to put that jingle down. Before I actually get into what I'm talking about today, and hello, wow, it's a commentary video. Surprise, surprise. You probably didn't even see the link to the video yet. What is your favorite type of my video? Do you like the clips? Is that why you're here? Is that what you click on the most? Is that what you enjoy the most? Is it the clips? Is it the commentary, which I haven't done in a little bit? Don't worry, I'll talk about it. Is it like the new insanely good like edited Thump and Bark? Like, for example, the last Thump and Bark we have a new editor, and that person's going to be doing editing more, and there's going to be more things. They're probably going to edit a little bit more than just Thump and Bark, but that's going to be their main goal. I really liked it. Or is it the gaming? We haven't had a gaming long form content in a while. And if I do gaming, do you want it to be as highly edited as the Thump and Bark? Do you prefer the gaming where it's more of a playthrough, where it's you're essentially not getting very many funnies, the funnies is left in the game? Or do you prefer like your gaming content, when you consume gaming content on the YouTubes, if you even do so? Do you prefer it to be like highly edited, or do you prefer just watching the game and like the funny moments just that naturally occur throughout the game? That's my questions for you. So for the people that have a low attention span and can't handle, sitting through like, this is probably gonna be like 30 minutes, maybe, who knows? If you can't handle that, you can, at least leave that comment, answer me that, and I'll probably have my answer, and it's most likely gonna be clips if you can't handle long form content. And I'm gonna start getting into the actual topics that I have for today. And this is something new, something exciting, and something that's gonna be happening every week now, by the way. Every week now, at least once a week. It's either gonna be on Saturdays or Sundays. Probably Sundays, maybe Saturdays. It's being posted on a Saturday today. But if you're wondering where I've been and why I haven't done a commentary video in quite a while, I've actually been, for the past week or so, I was doing a marathon stream. A few people that saw me through YouTube and saw me through my clips and stuff like that actually dropped by, and it was really awesome to see. But it's officially my third year of being a VTuber. It's now been like 2 weeks since then, but essentially what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a celebration, a little mini marathon where I streamed for an entire week, like 12 to 16 hour streams every single day, to like, I don't know, to do a little celebration of the fact that I've been a content creator for 3 years now. I haven't had this YouTube channel for that long. I believe I've only had this YouTube channel for like a year or two, and the ASMR one I probably had for 2 years. So I would say this I probably had for about a year. The ASMR YouTube channel I probably had for about 2 years, and content creation in general I've been doing for 3 years now. So I'm 3. Congrats. Yeah, hi. That's where I've been, in case you're wondering where all my commentary has been. The last commentary video I made was talking about ASMR and how a lot of people have been getting banned. By the way, more people are getting banned. That hasn't stopped. That is continuing to be an issue. But another thing that that's where I've been. Now we're getting into a little more now. So if you didn't notice, or maybe you did notice, if you haven't watched the new Thump and Bark episode, and for those, if you need an explanation as to for what Thump and Bark is, I have a podcast. I try to do, or buncast, but essentially it's a podcast. I try to do it every week on Fridays over on Twitch, and I have a co-host. Like, Thump is me, I'm Bunny, and I have a co-host. It's Puppy, it's Chizu. They're the Bark, so it's thumping and barking. And I invite someone to come on in, and then we do like a little interview and stuff like that. For example, we've done Line Chew, Calum, Velky was the last one, and I found an editor that I greatly admire, because I also do video editing and stuff like that. But just their dedication and their skill, and the fact that they just they do deep dives, they enjoy stalking the people that they actually edit. and there's so many inside jokes. It's so well edited. If you haven't watched the Thump and Bark episode, give it a watch and tell me your opinion on the new editor. And I really, really want to acquire them. I want to have them. I want them to be mine, for, you know, the Thump and Barks in the future and stuff like that. And like, if it does well, I would like to not only have my views be in the clips department, because obviously I like long form content. I consume long form content. I like the people that I watch the most are commentary people. I watch Oompaville, I watch Pyrocynical, I watch Pyro Live. Sometimes I watch Tom Dark. Sometimes I watch, like, there's just like, even once in a while I'll look at Bo Black. So I'll look at what's happening on Twitter nowadays, or sometimes, you know. I enjoy watching, like, I still watch, like, what I've been kind of obsessed with recently is like these 2, 3 hour, 5 hour, even 12 hour long, like, retrospective looks into games that I've literally never played before, by the way, like The Witcher, and, like, you know, there's other ones where, like, the Legacy of Kain and stuff like that. There's this guy that I watch personally, called, like, your favorite son or something like that, and he always starts his video with saying, "Hi Dad, it's your favorite son here." And it's like, it's really cute, and he does like such nerdy deep dives, and like, I watch it, I fall asleep to them, I wake up to them. I like my long form content, so if I can find ways to make more engaging long form content and stuff like that, not just commentary videos, I would love to have that be a part of, you know, my channel, and make that more viable than just like the only ways I get views is clips. I don't want the main reason why I get views is clips. And if it's gotten to the point where the brain rot is so hard, I might even have to make a separate channel, which I really don't want to do. I hate making separate channels. I really don't want to do that. And just so that, you know, people can watch long form content, you know. And I know some people that like watch clips only look at the clips, and I hope I'm entertaining enough with the commentary where I can keep your attention if I just keep speaking. I don't have any high edits going on during my commentary because I don't have the time for that. Like, Oompaville does a great job at commentary and keeping things entertaining because he has like fucking 5 editors. He has like 5 editors pumping out like the content every single day. So it's like, I wish I had the time to do that, but like, if it wants to be the quality that I want it to be, I can't do it alone. Anyway, I'm rambling on a little bit too much. But that actually brings me on to the next thing that I wanted to talk about, by the way. Can you tell what it is? Did you look at the title? I don't know what the full title is yet, but it has Bunny Babble in it. Welcome to my new series, Bunny Babble. Essentially, this is what I'm going to be doing every either Saturday or Sunday. Essentially, on the weekend, I'm going to be accumulating a bunch of different topics to talk about, such as stuff that's happening on Twitter, stuff that's happening on YouTube, stuff that's just happening in my life. I'm essentially going to have like three different sections of the Bunny Babble. At the end of the day, this is just me babbling about stuff that I like, about stuff that's popping right now, about stuff like your little dose of the internet, a little dose of what's going on, a little dose of lore, a little dose of everything. You can learn a little bit about myself, who knows? But like the 3 major topics that are going to be happening during the Bunny Babble is there's going to be stuff that's happening, news, such as like things that are happening on Twitter, things that are happening on YouTube, things that are happening with the ASMR department, just news, internet news for people that are curious. There's just going to be like a bunch of little different things that are happening during this week, because, you know, the internet's always having some fucking thing that's happening. I'm going to be talking about a little, well, okay, so that's one of the topics. That's one of the main sections in the Bunny Babble. The second one is essentially going to be like, what am I currently doing? What am I currently like obsessing over? You know, like what's my current brain rot? What have I been up to? Like a little bit of rambling, a little bit of babbling. And then I would like to also add in a little lore segment of like just the stuff that I've been working on in the lore, a little like teaser of things, and just a little tiny bit of a lore segment, and then of course ending it off with a bunch of different questions, so that one, you can leave your algorithmic comment down below, because that helps. Commenting does really good. So that's of course something that I'm going to want to have at, you know, probably the beginning and the ending of my videos. I'm going to try to ask some sort of question, and you know, hopefully people comment, and then I look at them, I answer them, I look at my comments, I answer them, especially the videos that I make myself. Commentary videos I do 100% myself, at least right now. So I make sure to look at the comments of things that I definitely make myself. I don't always look at the comments of clips. If a clip is doing well, like most of the time I look at the clip comments, but not always. Now my commentary videos, yes, absolutely. And something that I want to do starting today, and you'll see it, hopefully, maybe, is on both of my different YouTube channels. I have the ASMR one and I have this one. I want to do a community post every single day. So essentially, I post on Twitter every single day, if you didn't know that. And essentially, I could just do that with YouTube as well. Just make whatever I'm doing on Twitter, just put it on YouTube. And then that can help with, like, I don't know, sending people over here if I have like a big announcement. Just like having consistency. I like consistency. It's nice. That's why there's supposed to be an upload on this channel every single day, because I like consistency. YouTube likes consistency. The algorithm likes consistency, and consistency is nice. And I do want to also do commentaries of just single topic things. So like there's going to be the bunny babble, of course, that's going to happen every week, but I do still want to do commentaries about things that I'm super focused on, or do actual little like full lore things. Like there's something that I want to do for commentaries where it's like literally just a deep dive on one part of my lore, such as a certain place or a certain character, or just maybe like even summaries of all of the characters that exist as of right now and stuff like that. That's something that I definitely want to do. And there's also bigger projects that I'm working on, and I have to like actually script write and stuff. One of the big ones that I'm working on is actually the lore quiz. There's going to be a video, highly edited. Well, not highly, well, I'm going to edit it myself. And I'm scripting it out. I'm writing all the answers. I'm writing things. It's got a little point system. It's going to be fun. It's going to be like a big project that's working on. Anyway, enough of the babbling before the babble. Now we're gonna actually get into the different babble topics that I like actually have today. And the first one, and so this might be old news at this point, but I mean it's this week's news, and also this might have happened last week at this point. But one of the things that has happened recently that you may have seen is actually the fact that your likes are private now. Did you know that? Did you know on twitter.com, x.com, formerly known as Twitter, did you know your likes are private, which is actually not that good for content creators? Like, a lot of people, especially artists, have been super pissed about Elon about this, because, he made this change. Some people don't care, because, like the average Joe Schmo, the average person, the average user of Twitter, who cares? You don't expect people to look at your likes. You just have your likes. You like things, you like them. There's two problems for content creators, and also one problem for me. Something that I used to love doing, just as me, because I'm weird and because I'm a stalker, and I love the thought of just someone follows me. Let's say someone followed me, or let's say someone liked my thing. A lot of times what I like doing is when someone follows me, I look at their profile picture. And if I like their profile picture, or if their name seems interesting or anything like that, it doesn't matter if they have 1 follower, it doesn't matter if they have 100,000 followers. I like clicking on their profile and just scrolling through like 30 minutes worth of their likes and just take a judge of their tastes, do a deep dive into their deepest, darkest secrets. Like my favorite one is doing it on people that have like 1 to 50 followers, and it's just like, a personal account. It's just, you would never expect my eyes to be on. You'd never think that I'm looking at your likes, and it's just the best thing. And I love just going through them and just looking at them and admiring them and being like, oh, I know what you like. I know what you're into. And it's great because they never expect you to just like actually do it. You see, that's me. That doesn't really affect me that much, except just now I'm a little bored. Now I can't just like see someone followed me on Twitter and just be like, I think I'm gonna go through all of their likes. Like, I just can't do that anymore, which sucks be me. But what like actually sucks for content creators is just the fact that for artists and content creators alike, on the For You page, people would get recommended stuff that you have liked. Which is why I made sure not to ever like not safe for work stuff, because I don't want to flashbang people who expect safe for work content on their page and follow me because I only do safe for work content. So like if I just liked someone getting absolutely clapped from behind, bunny balls, bunny butt, just a massive knot on the screen, like if I liked anything like that, then poor Timothy Joe from like VTubing 101 who's been say so their entire life and is deciding to scroll on Twitter because they don't follow anyone not safe for work during their job, is going to be absolutely flashbanged by a massive leaking schlong, or like, you know, huge tits, or like, you know, itty bitty chess committee, who knows, you know, whatever was on the like menu for that day. Like, I made sure not to like because I knew that people like Cersei. But the bad part about now all likes being private is now people don't get recommended other people's likes now. Like, you now, that's a big part of how artists and content creators got around, because you don't expect many people to retweet your stuff. You don't expect many people to comment. You're kind of banking on people liking your posts and getting engagement or exposure from someone's likes being showcased to another person just from the For You page. Now that doesn't exist anymore. That's not how it works anymore. And thus brings us to the second topic of why yeah exclamation point was born. Even I have my own version of plus yeah exclamation mark. There's essentially a new meme going around. It's like of an old me-verse, like plus the original text is supposed to be like plus yeah. There's a bunch of them around now. This is just a variation that I made. Instead of it being like a green me emoji, and saying, you know, it was a green plus, and then it said yeah with an exclamation mark. This is my own version. I changed it to bunny and I made it pink and it's me. But essentially people would start commenting this, and of course people that aren't in the loop have no idea why the fuck this happened. Why is this happening? I don't understand why this is happening. I just see they're just commenting a bunch of yes down below. Why is this happening? Why are you doing that? That's because there's a new like kind of wave going around where, in order to support creators, since you can't like their posts and like share it with people now, you instead comment your little yeah, or your little benoy, or your little nah, or your little like whatever funny quip you got there. They essentially comment these so that it gives exposure. It gives exposure to the person, because now likes don't get shown in the For You page of Twitter. But if you comment, it does. It pushes it. And so just even doing a silly little image, because like normally you don't, especially if it's not an engagement bait or anything like that, you don't have a reason to comment. This gives people a reason or a way to comment. Of course, it's just if you don't know about the meme or you don't know anything about that, then it's going to be really confusing, because you're just like, why is there a bunch of green little men saying yeah under my post? But it's to help you. but yeah, that's how this meme spawned. This is why now it's probably transcended past the original reason, and now it's just people are making it because it's funny. But that's a little something that you might have seen on Twitter, a little something that's been happening. And also for the final like babble of current events that are happening. This happened maybe like 3 or 4 days ago, so it's a little old news at this point, but it's still kind of insane. And I'm not going to show it on screen because it's kind of graphic and I don't want to scar people. You guys know Gorden Ramsey? He's like a chef dude. He's a little low key. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's kind of low key, right up there next to like Panic at the Disco and stuff like that. A little low key. You might not have ever heard of him. He almost died. He straight up almost died. He had a bicycling accident or a cycling accident. I don't know if it was bicycle or motorcycle. And there's like a video where he shows off, you know, he's shaking, he's scared, and he shows off his injury because he had to get like stitches and like surgery and stuff like that. And I kid you not, he looks like something that he would have made. Like, it is just like a slab of dark meat. It is like, I don't know if it's bruised, I don't know if it's dead, like dead skin cells or dead something. It's just like, it's like if you imagine a foot that's like frostbitten, but like that's the entirety of his side. That's what it looks like. And so now he's very grateful to be alive, and it's like, I don't know, he might have seen like the second coming of Christ or something, who knows. And he's very adamant on like making sure to live every life like to your fullest, because you never know when you're gonna go. And that's a good message. And you know, he's despite all the memes of him like calling people idiot sandwiches and screaming and stuff like that, yeah, he's trying his best. He's trying his best, and you know, at least he's given positive messages as well. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. If you haven't seen the video and you don't mind looking at stuff that looks painful, Give it a watch. Give it a watch. And so now I get to talk about like a little bit of my obsessions recently. So something, and it's gonna be a little bit about video games right now. So Rambly, I played Indigo Park. This might be turned into a YouTube video, like me playing Indigo Park, which has Rambly in it. Rambly, absolutely adorable. I'm gonna see if I could try to actually put him on the screen. But he's essentially this raccoon, and he's a very cute character. And oh my god, like when I played the game, he just got cuter. I was so happy to play the game. He's so cute. He's so cute, and I'm so look. Okay, hold on. Look at him. We're gonna put him on the screen. So that's Rambling, and I played Indigo Park, and I can't tell you how much I love this little critter. Look at this little critter. Look at him. You see him? You see this little guy? I'll just have him in the corner. He's encouraging me right now. Look at him. He's a little train conductor. I don't really like trains that much, but God, is he cute. Look at him. He's so innocent. He's so wholesome. It's a horror game, by the way, in case you weren't wondering. In case you haven't heard of Indigo Park, it's a horror game. Yes. But he's a friend. He would never hurt you. He would never lead you astray. He's a happy little guy, and God, is there copious amounts of porn of him. That I saw his rabbit bits before I even played the game. Before I even had a controller in my hand, before I even had a mouse and keyboard, I seeing this little guy's asshole. Not by choice, of course. Twitter flashbanged me multiple times. And you know what? He's cute. And I was so happy to play the game. And while the game was just a walking simulator, you know, it wasn't really too much. I did not get scared at all. I think the only part that actually scared me was when I went on a trampoline and I did not expect to go up. And that scared me because I was not expecting to go up. It was very sudden. That was the only thing. Like, none of the actual scares scared me. Nothing like that. So it is what it is, I guess. But this is my current obsession. I mean, it might have dwindled out a little bit, but I still think he's the absolute, like, adorable thing. He's, like, right up there with Asriel. He's so sweet. He's so cute. He's so adorable. And another thing that happened out and came out, maybe a week or two ago, Dark and Darker's back. I don't know if you guys ever played the game. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Tarkov before, but Dark and Darker is essentially Tarkov if it was a fantasy game. Instead of it being like a shooter in an army game, it's like an extraction fantasy game where you can play as like a bard or a druid or a warlock or like a cleric, and you can, you know, go up to like 3 people or two other people with you, 3 people in total, and it's pretty fun. I actually enjoy it. I've been having fun with bard, and you know, I play it with the Chizu sometimes, play it with Akuno, play with Ziz. There's like, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. And I'm also getting into, especially because there's a new expansion coming out, a new expansion getting out, of Final Fantasy 14. I'm still very new to the game. I'm still very new. I'm in Heaven's Ward right now, and I am essentially like had a 4-year break, and now I'm going back into it, and there's a lot of stuff that I don't remember. There's a lot of just lore I don't quite understand yet, but I'm getting there. And that's what matters. And yeah, that's what I would say my current obsessions are. I've also just been working on a lot of writing. I have a lot of ASMR scripts that I'm working on because there's a lot of collabs that I have to do that are coming up, which includes, like, there's just a bunch of people that have been wanting to do collabs with me, and I have to write those scripts. It's gonna be a lot of Animal Made Cafe. There's, for example, let me just put some names up for those of you that are interested or just, you know, want to know. There's gonna be one with Timo, who's like a cute cat girl. There's gonna be, remember in the video with the fun, the Thump and Bark, the first guy in the video, I think his name was Stein Cat ASMR, where he was a maid, and that was like the start of the Thump and Bark. I'm gonna be doing a maid cafe video with him as well. There's also there's a few people that have, Roy, the bunny bartender, them as well. There's just a bunch of people that are coming up, and I have to write for LineTube because it's like what I do for my job, as well as VTubing. And then writing the lore, of course. I've been working a lot on the lore, and there's just like a bunch of stuff so like if I'm not doing any of my obsessions, my time is typically just soaked up by, you know, writing. Essentially writing. And that's if I'm not streaming or recording, like, because, you know, I also have my Patreon exclusives and gotta record the Patreon personal audios as well, because we do them every month for the Patreon members. It's all just, you know, stuff working on, so that's kind of what a lot of my time is taken up by. And of course, lastly, we're gonna go on a little lore segment, a little tiny lore segment. I'm hoping that I can cut up some parts of the stream where I went into depth about the lore and kind of post them, because I did do some story times and they should be pretty good. They should be a good listen to, of, like, for example, the Chompers story. I read 2 different stories of Chompers, and the Unmei story, which would have been so long. That's such a long. I do short stories, I write, and those are some of the things that I'm and I have written, is like fucking, it's so long. God, reading it out loud, it was so painful in my voice because it was just so long. And essentially, I'm just gonna do a quick show through of the current characters that we have, and of course, if you want to see them, there is there's a tab right here called highlights that you can go to, and it has anything lore related. It's on my Twitter. Like right now, right here, there's the manga, and over here is the different lore characters that I will be showing off. So we have our beloved essentially three main characters. There is a secret 4th one that I'm going to be showing more of. But this is Shiri, this is Yuki, and this is Chompers. Yuki is just the hot fox man. Sometimes you see him in clips and stuff like that. He is basically the kind of smug, teasing asshole, but he's not actually an asshole. He's kind. He's sweet, he's nice, he tries to help with things, but he's a big tease. He's definitely way more of the flirty type. He's also very smug, and he's like theatrical, kind of like, you know, he's the funny guy. He's a little bit of a jester. He's a little bit of like the theatrical, like, almost think, if you guys have ever seen Bungo Stray Dogs, I would describe this as a more Dazai character, who's, except without like all the you know, him wanting to end himself. Aside from that part. Yuki wouldn't want to do that. And so we got Shiri. This is Shiri. This is look at those. Look at that. That's me. Hi. What's up? That's me. There I am. Then we got Chompers. This is my beloved brother. Sometimes you see him in clips. Sometimes I talk about him. He is Brother Bun. In the lore, you didn't used to know that, but we've gotten farther enough into the lore where it is like, you know, there's things such as the scarf is actually his bunny ears, and the band-aid over his cheek is actually the carrot birthmark, because everyone of the Bun family has the carrot birthmark. Little things like that have already been noted in the lore and stuff like that. He's a good boy. He's very sweet. He's trying to kill me, but, you know, like, it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta take some, you gotta just like accept when people hate you. And, you know, Chompers may hate me, but I love him, and that's all that matters. And I'm gonna be going to Maryland, because you can, you know, I don't know where that bit came from. There is like, I have just really dove really hard into incest when it comes to my brother. And you know what? He's hot. Can you blame me? Okay, up next we got Yuki. We went over him a little bit. He is, you know, I described him. That's Yuki. He's hot. He's a hot fox man. Shiri's often jealous of him because everyone seems to like him, which is cringe. This is Chu. Chu's great. He's hot. He's kind of like, he's very similar personality wise to Yuki. It's just if Yuki was more of a, I guess, like a psychopath, sociopath, one of the two. Like, essentially he does not like care. He doesn't care. He uses people. He considers everyone aside from himself like his toy. He gets what he wants. He's very like he's very self-indulgence is supposed to be his motto. His thing is self-indulgence. Then we got Unmei. Unmei is there. She's one of the most wholesome characters I've made. She's very sweet. She's very precious, and she's very caring. She cares a lot about other people, and she has her own story, and it's one of my favorite stories that I've ever written. And then we got Hope. Hope is a goober. He's great. He's the secret 4th character. He's been designed. He actually has some art other than this now, which is very nice. And of course, this will always be. This is the end of it, by the way. But there will be more in the future. I will be adding and continuing on with this as it goes on, and as the lore continues to grow and grow. I already have like a bunch of written ideas of characters, and like there are characters that exist in writing but just haven't been given a physical form yet, because, you know, it takes time to get art. And it's more of a passion project since I don't make too much money off of the lore. So, of course, you know, people making lore characters and getting art, it takes money. And I don't, you know, until the lore starts actually making big banks and big monies and stuff like that, then, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And now, lastly, in the little segment, I got some questions for you. I got a few wee bit little questions for you. And the first question, which is similar to essentially the, you know, the question that I asked in the beginning of the stream was, what type of videos do you want to see the most? What type of my videos do you like watching the most? What do you want to see? Do you want, like, are there specific commentary topics that you want? Is there lore that you want? Is there specific types of lore that you want? Like, what type of videos do you want to see when you open up when you get a notification saying Shiribun has posted a new video? Like, what do you want to see? What is like your favorite type of content? What is something, like, it could be something that I'm not even doing yet. It could be more songs. It could be like, it could be anything. This is not limited to things that I've done before. This could be entirely new things, like video essays or stuff like that. My next question, for there's algorithmic comments down below that you should be commenting, of course. Do you like the idea of Bunny Babble? Do you like me taking a bunch of different topics and a bunch of different things that I'm passionate about, and me just essentially babbling on about a bunch of different topics rather than just one single commentary video that talks about one thing in depth? Do you prefer the bunch of different ideas and topics and stuff like that bubbled up into one video? Or do you like the one, like, a commentary video that just deep dives into, you know, like one specific topic? And it also, is there anything that you want me to react to or voice my opinion on, which, you know, could either make it into the next Bunny Babble, because I want to do one of these every single week, or this could be just like a single commentary video of something, especially if it requires like a lot of depth going into it. And lastly, how do you feel about Twitter privating likes? Do you not care at all? Do you wish that your likes could be public so that I could watch you and stalk you? Or are you more of a fan of, like, I'm glad that Twitter has my likes private because now I don't have a bunny stalking me? And yeah, that's my Bunny Babble. I hope you guys enjoyed the first ever Bunny Babble, and I'm gonna keep babbling on. I'll see you again next week for the babbles, and expect a post every single day, of course. And hopefully the new exciting Thump and Bark and stuff like that, or the mini thumps, or just the other editor, hopefully you'll be able to see more of them and their editing soon. And of course, we'll do my outro. Don't forget to leave an algorithmic comment down below. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't like the video, I'll kill you. I'll kill your family, kill your dog. I'll kill your boyfriend's dog, kill your girlfriend's dog. I'll kill your girlfriend. I'll kill your boss. I'll kill your boss's boss. I'll kill your workers, your co-workers, your friends, your family, anyone that's ever given you love, they'll be dead. So don't dislike the video unless you don't like it. Then of course you can voice your concerns. And as always, bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.